Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to this third video in our series on being mindful and planning for 2020. Today we have got Diana with us. Diana is a global success and business coach. She has a client base spread over 17 different countries and is known for intentional goal setting, business planning, and digital strategies. She is currently on a huge mission. Her mission is to support 1 million women to live their version of a freedom lifestyle. A very, very warm welcome to Diana. Thank you for doing this for us.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor.
So before we get started, I would want to introduce our Lean in Bangalore community to who Diana is. So Diana, would you like to take a moment and walk us through your story as well, please?
Yeah, so my story, I've been an entrepreneur for 16 years now, so it's a long journey and I won't go into I've been a serial entrepreneur also for past few years, but really my story of becoming a success coach and business coach and teaching about goal setting and all this good stuff, online marketing strategies started just 2 years ago. I'm also a mom, and that's why mom of 3 girls, and that's why I started to do this online business, which is a home-based business where I can get to choose how I schedule my time around my kids and prioritize them. So their schedule fits kind of to my schedule. So that's why I actually started this business. And it wasn't like this, like having this freedom of choosing with who to speak on a daily basis, with who to work, with who to collaborate. For the first year, I've been hustling really, really hard. I was working more hours than I would work for someone else. And I decided if I want to make this happen, it can't be just like me working 14 to 16 hours. That's like jeopardizing my time with my family. And suddenly I realized, you know what, I'm getting really in confrontation to my values, which is like, I want to decide when I work, and I was working more than actually less. Where about 8 or 10 months in my business, I said, you know what, this needs to change. I need to start optimizing my time, automating some stuff, and really work smarter than harder. There are a lot of polarizing things. People are saying, like really successful people are saying out there, you know what, you need to work hard, you need to fight for your dreams and all this good stuff. That is totally true. You need to work hard, but you also need to work smart. Not just like being like a bull and going through the wall, right? You need to be really smart when you are working, especially like moms and we women. We need to take care of ourselves first, right? Because we forget to that part where, we are just human beings. We are not robots or superwomen, right? So my story, like really this year in 2019, was really about making these drastic changes where I would work less and be really intentional what I want and how I want to pursue my mission and how I want to empower other women to see, you know what? I don't need to work 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours in front of computer. I can do and have anything what I desire if I'm really intentional about it.
And that is such a wonderful thought. And with every new year, I'm sure all of us start with that idea of being intentional about what we want and our goals. But somewhere along the way, things just happen, life happens, and things go out of the way. The goals are no longer important. And then we again come to the end of the year where we are hustling again. So today, what we really want to focus our discussion around is mindful goal setting and how do we make sure that the goals we set out to achieve in 2020 and the years forward, we actually end up doing them. So, yeah. Diana, let's talk about what are the common mistakes that people do when they're trying to do goal setting.
And that's exactly what you just really nicely introduced us to, right? Being mindful about our goals. This is our goals. It's not just the date that we put out there. Like it's not just the expiration date, right? I need to achieve something by the end of 2019. By the end of 2020. It's about the person you becoming on that journey, right? And this is you being mindful of who am I becoming instead of what am I achieving, right? And this is for some of you can be like, what, who am I becoming? Because every goal will have a consequence, right? And that consequence is not about material stuff, right? Or what is it that I'm actually attracting? What am I manifesting? But who am I being? And this is for a lot of you, it's like start to track journey when you're goal setting, right? So today I set to be a better wife. What does that actually mean? What does a better wife mean? Okay, that means that every single day I'm gonna send a text to my husband that I appreciate him for taking the garbage out. This is a small thing of being intentional and being mindful of what does that mean. I am being a better wife because I'm appreciating my husband. That's just an example, right? Because we forget about appreciation and gratitude and about the things that already happening in manifesting those goals, right? This is just a small thing. But when it comes to, if we want to say, okay, I want to be a better parent. So what does that exactly mean, a better parent? Let's put something measurable. That means that I'm going to read to my child every single day. But okay, I'm reading to my child every single day for 15 minutes. What does that has for a consequence? I'm being present with my kid. I'm spending time intentionally with my kid. That for me means a better parent. For you will mean something that totally different. Maybe a better parent means that I'm going to cook only home planned meals, right? Or I'm not going to take my kids anymore to fast food, whatever, but be intentional and follow up with yourself. So go back and reflect. Okay, if I do this, how does this actually manifest in reality? Does that make sense?
That completely makes sense. I think a lot of times when we are planning for goals, we are looking at what is it that I want to achieve, but instead we should be, as you said, we should be focusing on how it will impact me and the quality of my life, and what am I becoming? The key question that we should be starting with. That's such a beautiful thought.
Exactly. And this is the mistake that most people do. Like they are not thinking about, they're just thinking, okay, I want $5,000. And when I have this, I will become a better parent. Why? You can be a better parent along the way, right? What is that number? Me having a resource of $5,000, because I'm speaking from a point of entrepreneurs, right? Because a lot of entrepreneurs think, if I'm going to have this, then I will be able to invest in this, a better lifestyle. That better lifestyle can happen already here and now if you put your mind into it. And that's the common mistake, because the second thing is also we don't ask ourselves, why is this important to us, right? Why is it important to achieve $5,000? So I can spend another holiday in, let's say, Bali with my family, right? But you can already start planning that without even having resources. And what will this bring to you? Why is this important to you? Because I want to spend family vacation on Bali? Or is it just like, okay, Bali is so popular. Can I spend family vacation already where I am and like really planning activities with my family where I already am, right? Manifesting that in another way. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So what I take away from what you just said is think about what are you becoming when you identify a goal? Think about why do you want this? Start where you are and see if there are other ways of manifesting the goal. Why? And think really mindfully about what is the reason behind the goal that you're setting out for, right? So in that case, how do you make sure that when we have a billion different goals, when we set out for the year, we want to focus on our health, we want to focus on spending more time with family and friends, we want to make sure that we put our best self forward, improvements in the quality of our life, invest in ourselves, and there's so many different things we set out to achieve in a year. How do you focus on them, and how do you prioritize between so many goals that you have?
Awesome question. I love this. So what I do as a goal mapping practitioner and as a method that I use with my clients and also in my life is like really divide goals on 5 key success areas. And these are like health and happiness, they are not like, this is not chronologically or how you should achieve it. I'm just gonna give you what are those key success points. So health and happiness, relationships, travel and fun, personal development, and financial. Whatever, if you are in career, what does that mean? It doesn't need to be entrepreneurial stage, right? So money. So these 5 areas. So if I choose within each area one goal, okay, then I ask myself, if, let's just say, I want to eat only plant-based food in 2020, that's under health, right? I also want to, let's say, personal development, I also want to read 1 book per month, right? Every single month in 2020, I want to, that's personal development. So I have 2 goals. And I would also say health also means that I want to go to sleep early. That means that sometimes I will not be able to prioritize to read in the evening, right? But if I would prioritize my health and going to sleep early, is this more important to me than reading a book? It's just like, it's not, okay, is this or this? It's just right now I'm prioritizing sleep instead of like really reading the book. That's more important to me. My health is in this correlation is more important. And it's not like, okay, if I'm not choosing to go to read and I'm choosing going to sleep instead, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to read. I will just enhance, I will be more healthier and I will have more energy, so I can maybe squeeze that learning and that personal development between my day, because I will be more energized and I will do other tasks more effectively, right? And that means also that when you're like, if I say, so my health is now at 7, I want to be 10. When I get to 10, I will not longer prioritize my health, but I'm going to work on other goals. Mm-hmm. Right? When my health goal comes to 10, this will automatically push all other goals up, right? But we need to be mindful. What is it the most important in our life right now? For me, right now, of course, it's a business. It's Christmas. It's like, it's December. We are doing all this kind of stuff. I know for a fact that I'm probably jeopardizing my health, but I know why, right? Why is this important to me? Because I know that January, when everything calms down, I will be off, right? I will have so much time with my family. I will have like all these things that are more important than, like, now it's business, then it will be spending time with family, reading books. Maybe I will read 2 books that month, right? That makes sense.
That makes sense. And I think what I take away from there is, like, each week or each month, take some time to mindfully reflect on what are those 5 goals that you have in these areas, and what is more important this month, what needs to be achieved this month, and then you can move them up or down based on the months, the schedule that you have, the pressure you have, and so on. So
beautifully said.
Simply because, as you said, I'm not reading a book every day doesn't mean I'm not moving towards my goal. Just means I'm prioritizing something else, but I'm doing it more mindfully, right?
Yes.
So I think that's a brilliant takeaway for the team as well. How do you make sure that our actions are aligned to the goals that we have? Are there small things that we can do every day to build habits that can help us get to our goals?
Yes, this is a great question. And I think that you becoming aware of your goal and what is it important to you, for me, it comes down to doing the mindset work and being really in my movie theater, being in my visualization mode, where I actually, this is something that it's non-negotiable for me every single day. When I set up myself for achieving my goals already in the morning, I know how my day will look, right? When I know what is my mission and what is my vision already in the morning, I know for a fact that I'm going to attract that opportunities, people, and I know that everything will unfold in my favor because my mind is so strong and I have this like conviction, everything is happening in my favor and people will appear, opportunities will arise, right? When I know that this is just like I'm having here, I'm strong mentally everything will appear in physical form as well. That would be my tip. Visualize, really visualize, create vision board so you can see it. A lot of people, they can't believe it before they see it, but you need to believe in your mind. You need to have a conviction before you actually see it in a physical form, right?
I think that's a really nice idea. But say if you're somebody who's very new to visualization, how do you go about doing something like that?
Yes, good question. And there are like people who will really think, okay, I'm not in the woo-woo stuff. I don't know. Just ask yourself, okay, I want to, let's say that let me ask you, what is your goal for 2020? Let's work on an example. What do you want to achieve?
So one of my goals in 2020, for example, is to make sure I earn $1 million worth of money. So say that's
Awesome.
my goal.
Awesome. So if you would imagine yourself being a millionaire, how does that feel? You close your eyes and you really think, okay, if I'm a millionaire, how do I feel right now? How does how it does actually feels to be in the millionaire shoes? What do they eat? What do they eat? How do they spend their day, right? Really put it, and this from the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, this can feel like a little bit, oh, I'm a fraud, I'm no millionaire. But it's really what you think, you attract. Your thoughts become your actions. Your actions become your beliefs, and your beliefs create your results. That's how it is. And you need to train your brain to think as a millionaire if you want to become a millionaire.
That sounds very similar to something that we also say, that you always dress for the position or the place where you want to be. So you sort of fake it to make it. It's something similar to that, as in you visualize that is where I want to be and you start acting that way. So, and
Yes.
you can then attract things and opportunities that help you get there. Is that what visualization all about?
Yes, I wouldn't necessarily say fake it until you make it, because that's like, okay, but it is like that because you need to, like, your brain will always try to protect you. Your brain will always say, you know what, you're such a failure. You're not a millionaire. What are you doing right now, right? You're just whatever. And your brain will always work to protect you because that's our primary neuro sources are like based like this. You need to flight or fight, and this is how our brain is designed. But when you are actually thinking about your goal as it's already is, right, and really getting strong to implant, to put it in your subconscious mind, then you will start to attract those things, right? Because you will act as if it is. One of the examples that is really common with my clients who are moms, when they become pregnant for the first time, like they want to be pregnant, they want to be moms, and when they become pregnant, they all of a sudden they see like 10 friends who are also pregnant. And that's not because their friends become pregnant, but because they like really become pregnant and they're attracting other friends who are pregnant as well, because they are thinking about pregnancy and having a baby. Right? It's not because she became pregnant, her friends became pregnant, but it's like really where is she focusing on?
Right. So one more question on this is, what do you do when you get started on your journeys for your goals and you hit a low point, when things don't seem to be going your way, the goal just seems way too far off, and it seems like things aren't going your way? What do you do then?
So I want you to really practice this, and this is something that is so beautiful to do. It's not so easy, but it's beautiful to do. When you feel that you're pushing too much, and once you're pushing too much, it also can happen that universe will say, you know what, now you're being aggressive, you know, you need to be aligned. You need to be very like mindful about how you perceive your goals. I want you to let go and surrender. Then you say, okay, I put this out there, I want to achieve this, and whatever will happen in my favor. This or something better. This is such a beautiful state to be in, that you are, okay, you make a peace with your goal and you say, you know what, I know that this will happen. This will happen when I'm ready for it, when I'm ready to receive it. this or something better?
I think that is such a beautiful thought. A lot of us have always grown up to the fact that we should keep on trying, even if things aren't working, something will work. And believe that being in constant motion is really important. But I think the idea that it's okay to let happen organically is all.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you need to give up, right? Not giving up on your goals. That's not an option, but being really in peace with your state of mind. You know what? Don't push, because when we push, we also attract some stuff that are not in alignment with us. We attract more of a pushing, right? We will always be in that hurry. When people say to me, I'm always in a hurry every single day. Well, guess what? If you're saying that to yourself, you will always be in a hurry, right? Just bring back that mindfulness. Okay, who do I want to be? How do I want to be? Like being more mindful of being and not doing, right?
Right. And I think that is such a beautiful thought. I think the key takeaways that I have from this discussion, from this amazing session with you, is the fact that we should be mindful about our goals, think about who are we becoming, why do we want to do the things that we are doing, prioritize them depending on the level of stress, work, and other things that we have in our life each month, but being mindful that yes, this is what's important now, but something else will get important later. And visioning yourself in where you want to be is a very important step to get where you want to be.
Yes.
That's beautiful takeaways, Diana. Thank you. And do the session for us. People from our community can reach out to you if they want to have a bigger discussion in some way.
Yeah, of course. You can reach out to me on Facebook. You can find me at Diana Lugoli. You can also join, if you're a woman, we are talking to women leaders. If you're a woman leader, you want to become a woman leader, we have a free Facebook group, which is called Fearless and Successful Fempreneurs. We have a nice community where everyone gets to show up and stand out for their message, their voice, what are their values. So yeah, that's my platform. Facebook is all about, me.
So we'll share this link to Diana's Facebook page and her website as well in our comments for people to reach out to Diana. Thank you everyone for joining us, and thank you Diana so much for doing this for us.
Thank you so much.